Hi everyone, Emma here. I have some Valentine treats for you. I know it's a day late, but you could do hearts any time of the year. So let's take a look at what I did. Now, this is thanks to Gail in BC. So she sent me a ton of these beautiful resin hearts, and she sent a bunch of other shapes as well. But I thought I would try to bezel them. And actually, she sent me a message saying when I was doing some bezeling for the BB craft stuff, she said you should try bezeling the hearts. So I was like, oh, I forgot all about that. So thank you for reminding me. So let's start with this one. I can't remember if this was one of yours, Gail, so let me know. I did go back and check my videos to make sure because somebody at the same time sent me a whole bunch of like opaque colored ones. Beautiful, but these ones are extraordinary because they are like works of art. These. And I should have pulled one out. Let me see if I can find one close by to show you what they look like when they're not bezeled. You know, I think oh, here's one. This this may not be hers, but you get the idea. So it's flat on the one side and then rounded on the other side. So this was super simple to bezel. I didn't go like really crazy fancy with it. Let me put this down. So basically what I did was I went ahead and I'm just getting my lamp so that, because we're going to finish this second earring. And sometimes the shadow really affects the light. Okay, that's really bright. Let me adjust this. There we go. Um, so what I did was I put a whole bunch of delicas on my thread, and I took them and I placed it around the heart without the indentation of the heart. So the line of beads went straight across and around like that. But then I added 4 beads to incorporate this area. So if you do want to bring this down, you can by narrowing how many beads you have on either side of your peyote stitch. So I didn't do that, but it kind of goes down a bit as it takes the shape if you're tight. And you can see like it's not quite in there all the way, which it's a little hard to do that anyway. But what I did was I added, once I was done bezeling the whole thing, so you would bezel it just like a circle. And the same with this here on the tip, you can bezel it as a circle or you can narrow your beads. So you can, join 2 beads on the side instead of continuing, like there's a little gap here. That is the 2 beads. So you really should have 2 beads there. I put 1 and then I joined it together at the top. So let me know if you want me to do a tutorial on this. It was super easy to do, and it takes a while because it's extensive. So if you are interested, what I'll do is I'll do them in phases so that once we get going on one step, I will grab the next one that's at that finished step, and then we can continue, say, to this part or to this part. So I wanted to make sure to do something gorgeous on the backside because I haven't decided what I'm going to use this for. I'm guessing a pendant because it's quite large. Um, but you never know, I could make it a bracelet. You wouldn't see that. Even if it's a pendant, if it flops around and you see the backside. I feel like it's important that you do something nice on the backside. And what I did here, this also helped tighten this narrow area. So I added just beads going straight across and created some tension. So that's that one. Looks great with the gold foil inside. Then the next one is this one here. So this one I did a little differently. And again, let me know. I will do tutorials on them. These were so much fun. I'm looking forward to doing some more and to doing some other shapes as well. So this one, I did the same idea where you get your delicas when you string them on the first line so that it goes around this and then add 4 beads to incorporate this distance. And this one, I didn't narrow at all here, and I didn't create a peak either. I just continued with a regular peyote stitch. I used 15s on the second row. The first row is the delicas, the 11-0s. And let me see what the back looks like. So what I did with this one is truly two-sided. What I did, these were very narrow, so I took 2 of these and I glued them together. I put a piece of white felt, and I wasn't thinking I should have put colored felt because I didn't realize there were some areas. If you look here, those areas didn't have any of this coloration, so it was clear. So you can actually see it. It's not a big deal. It looks like it's part of it. But so yeah, so that's that one. Thank you so much, Gail. These are amazing. I would just like continue doing these all day. They were so much fun. And of course, it looked amazing on its own without the crystals. But I was like, I want to do something really crazy. So I went ahead and I added let me think, it's 3 seed beads. Let me enlarge this. I added 3 seed beads, then actually no, you know what I did? I went every opposite delica and I added 6 seed beads. So it created a loop, but then when I went around to add the crystals, I added a 8-0 in between the crystals. And these are Swarovski crystals. This turned out amazing. So I have to, maybe I'll do a video on making the bail for this. It definitely needs a really gorgeous bail. And because I put this a little more to the back than the front, I don't want to, I guess I could put the bail on the back here. But I actually prefer this side. I love the 50 nose around this, so I might put my bail back here, but I don't want it like sitting kind of awkward, so I might put it in the front and the back. So that's that one. And then I did a little one. So again, basically same idea. I did some little different kind of embellishment at the back. So you're using 11-0 delicas. Put the amount that you need to get around your whatever you're bezeling and add 4 in this section. Actually, you know what? I think this one, yeah, I added 4. And then at the end, once you get your 15s in there and it's set nicely, I usually put a little more on the back to hold it tight, and then the little peak at the front to show the shape of the heart, and that turned out so amazing. So this one kind of goes with this. These are, let me slide this over. These are not quite the same color, but I think they would go well. So this would be a pendant, and this would be earrings. So let's take a look at these. Oh, these are amazing. Thank you so much, Gail. These were so much fun. This is what it looks like on the back. And it was basically the same idea. Get your delicas on there, put it around the shape you're covering. This one, I don't know if I added 4. So let me know. I think I have a bunch more of these, so I can do a complete tutorial for you. And then I added this ear wire. This is I meant to measure this. I think it's a size 10. I don't want to scratch this. Size 8. Preciosa pearl. These are gorgeous. And these lovely ear wires. These ear wires, they were supposed to have like crystals in it. Now, when I bought them, they were advertised without the crystals. And I bought them anyway because they looked really interesting. And I love them. They look amazing. But can you imagine if they had the crystals? They'd look. So this turned out really nice. So let's go ahead. This is so simple to put it. One of my kind of pet peeves is you do so much work on your elements of your bracelet, your earrings, or your pendant, and then the attachments are so kind of blah, just a couple of beads here and there. So I like to make it a little nicer, fancier. So find your middle spot, and I usually go by where the tip, this little peak is, and then go. So you see, and take this one. Yeah, so the middle bead is a single middle bead. So the other one it was one of these, like a bead on this side, a bead on that side. So I put my two 11-Os there, but the actual middle is different. And that's just because however you turn your bezeling, right? So no big deal. You can put one 11-O on the one side of that bead, one on the other, and you're still centered. So my thread's coming out of the one side of that bead. You're going to take and put one 11-O, then your pearl. It's got something on it. Oh, it's just, I thought it was scratched. Then you're going to load on. So this has one on each side of that bead, your pearl, then a combined 11-O, and then 6 11-Os. Your ear wire is going to sit in between those two beads. Kind of, it's not necessarily going to touch the thread, but it sits in between, and I just like it for the uniformity. So now we need 7 beads because we need 6 for the ear wire and the 1 as the accent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one got away. So let's bring this down so we can see what that looks like. Like that. And I'm just going to hang on to it. So we're going to go through the bottom one again. And through the pearl. Come out. Don't worry if it's, your thread showing, because we're going to tighten this all up. Then you're going to get your last 11-O. Oh, that one, the hole's not open. Okay, get your last one. And remember, we put it on the one side of that bead. So let's go on the other side of the bead. We're going to go through everything twice, just to reassure that the thread is going to hold. And just kind of getting this. If you pull the top part, these will settle down. Oh, behave, settle down. You do it this way. And pull. Like that. So now we have to go up the first 11-O we put on, through the pearl, through the combined 11-O, and then we can pull tight here as well. So you can see, it lines it up nicely. And then go through these 6 11-Os. like that. And down this way, down through the combined. Oh, I might do it separate because it's very wobbly. And through that combined 11-0 through your purl and down through this side. I'm gonna bring it all down, get that nice tight and pull it there. And now we're gonna bring this through. Actually, let's go through the middle, the bead that's just underneath it, like that. There. And now we're just going to weave through, and I'm going to tell you, normally when I do peyote, I weave through, I turn and I weave through, and then I cut my thread and I'm fine. But because I'm using this as an anchor for the earring, could get caught on your clothing or your hair or something like that. You don't want this to pull out, so I do put a knot in, and I hide the knot under one of the beads. So let's do that. Take a look at where I'm at. Okay. So let's just go through. I'm going to go through these three. I may have to do this. There. There we go. Go through those three. And just watch it doesn't get hooked on your pearl. Like that. Okay. So now I'm going to change directions, and I'm going to go through these beads here. So in doing that, I am going to try and pick up the thread that's attaching these two beads with my needle, and then I'll do a loop or two. I think my needle's a little too big for this. This wasn't the needle I was working with. There. Okay. I'll just grab the thread, then take this and wrap it twice. Pull it close to where your needle's coming up on the thread, and just hold it down because the knot will move around if you don't. So you can see a bit of thread there. That's the knot. Now you can go through this bead and the next one. Let me do the two at once. They're on an angle. Actually, there's three there. We'll go through all of them. And that will pull that knot in like that and everything tight. So now let's just bring our thread going the other way and we'll cut it off. And that should be fine. Like this, these are a bit snug, so they're not moving anywhere. Like that. And cut that. So this is what you have. It looks funny up here, but don't worry. Once we get this on, you're not going to notice that it's straight across. So we can actually just hook the thread. We may have to open this a little more. Yeah, it's quite snug with the beads side by side. So we'll get our tools. I'm gonna just twist it. Normally I wouldn't recommend twisting your ear wires that way. Open it as the circle, but I found that these were hard to get closed once you have your earring. So I'm gonna do it from side to side. So just hook it onto the ear wire like that. And I'm just gonna move it over a bit because I don't want to break my beads. And then just make sure that that's in between those two beads. Yeah, see that bead wants to move. I'm very like obsessed with things being even from side to side. It's something I have to work on. There, to that. And these ear wires are quite strong, which is good, but sometimes it makes it a little bit finicky to work with. And there you go. Oh, isn't that awesome? These, like, they're so tiny that this making the bezeling them was so quick. And then look at how fast I put that pearl on. This looks amazing. So there you go. Thanks for joining me, and let me know if there's any of these you want done or you want instruction on it, and we'll work on it. Take care, everybody, and I hope everyone had a really nice Valentine's Day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.